right, let's see.
You're live. We live?
Here we're live. This is.
Hear us?
Yeah, can you check?
I'm gonna check.
We are live here. Here we are. This-
Yeah, I think so.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? How about this? Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. It's not coming
my
from
God.
you.
Yes, can you guys hear me? Oh man, this is hard. This is hard. I don't know what's wrong with my stream thing. Let me see people from.
It's 2020. That's why.
Okay, no, life happens. Thanks, Sparky. Thank you. Man, it's really. You have audio video. Oh, awesome! Finally,
Yay!
we're here. Finally, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Hopefully, everyone else can. I guess I need to go to Discord and tell people that, but I don't want to even risk it because if I go to Discord and it takes my mic and I'm over there, I mean, how can? Yay! Yes, Emma. Thanks for coming, Heather, Rabs, Michelle. You guys are the first ones here. Just post the link on Discord. Yes. How do I post the link on Discord? Here we go. Post this link, copy, and paste it here. Oh, you did it. Oprah Day. Thank you so much. Here we go. Finally. How do we do this? I can't believe it. I almost just want to give up. Please teach me, wife, how to draw. Okay, here we go. We'll wait a little bit longer to see who else is coming. And yes, it's working finally. I have to apologize in advance because I had a setup that I'm planning. You know, each time I'm supposed to show you guys the 3 steps or the 3 or 4 things that I made sure she like followed, but you know, not too strict on it because you know you want to enjoy art and not feel like it's a chore, you know. But then I found out that she had an affinity to art when we went landscape painting with Angela Warrior Painters. They also have a Discord. And then when we went, I was painting a bridge, and then I just asked her to paint with me. It'd be so useful to show you the way, Zainab. For sure, for sure. I will do a better video next time. That has like pre-recorded stuff, so I could really show you how to do the exercises. But it's fairly simple. Hopefully, I could explain it simpler. Let's see. Everything's working great. Yes, you can hear me. And again, I want to introduce my wife again.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and yes, you guys could hear us finally.
Thanks, Jill. Well, thank you guys for hanging in there. I mean, and didn't leave us. Hey, Sargai. Titafi. Kamusta, everyone? So yeah.
So how do we start this?
So we'll continue with. We'll start off with. I was showing you artwork from her earlier, and do you guys want to see one of her first paintings? The greatest digital migration ever. Yes, 145 people made it.
Oh my gosh. Let's start with the thing
Well, I
first.
want to show
Oh,
your painting.
oh, this is
Your
not the
paintings. Okay.
base.
I feel like
I don't think this is the first one. I don't know where the other ones are.
these aren't her first ones, but she first started with landscape painting. Okay. And I would suggest everyone do that, landscape painting, because it's very difficult.
The first one.
And maybe I'll do a landscape painting class. I'm not the best at it, but at least I could kind of show you guys a little bit about it. Um, practice session with me. It's I should have done a test
No, well,
before,
we
you know.
did, but
So
it for some reason.
yeah, I tested it out last time, but if I did went straight to YouTube, I wouldn't have a problem. Um, so okay, so this is some of her paintings. She doesn't want to show it, but I want to just show everyone that it's still cool. Like there's uh measuring, and there's like observational skills that you practice, even though it's not that great yet, you know. But to me, this is really cool already because she's drawing someone who hasn't, or painted someone who hasn't painted before. And then she started doing these birds, and then this is when I was like, oh, she did more like birds, and it was, you know, having her do more landscape stuff, but on her own she just wanted to do this with no real reference. So then that's when I didn't get the hint yet that she loves birds. So let's just keep on painting more like mountains. These were her mountains. These were um a year ago, I
Yes,
think, or
with
almost 2 years
no,
ago.
a year ago with. Oh yeah, that's right. Almost 2 years ago
Yeah,
with the warrior
with
paint.
the warrior painters. And something I have to say, uh, you know, my wife has sometimes have anxiety issues, you know, and sometimes some things around the world, or relatives that pass away will really affect you emotionally and stuff. And there's a point where she
We're
just,
talking about that already.
I'm just talking about it because she stopped for a year. She didn't draw for a year or paint. And no matter how hard I pushed her, she would just kick my ass and say, stop telling me what to do, you know, that kind of stuff. But I think eventually we found a way for her. You know, she just started the drawing part with just the regular pencil. I think relaxed her enough that um, she started doing it again. And when she started, I, you know, jumped on the opportunity to, okay, let's try to see if I could teach like a value organization. So when earlier I was talking about tracing, right? This is one way to practice. It's almost like you're having training wheels, right? And I would have her like, well, I would choose the images, like black and white movie stills. We'd print it out, and then she'd put underneath. Sorry, I'm gonna go over this again for you people that couldn't hear us. I mean, everyone couldn't hear us, right? So so I had her do this. I don't remember what movie this is from, but do
It was
this
in the memo. What is it? That book. The
film noir book,
film.
like classic film noir. Yeah, anxiety is really, really. So I understand how that works. You know, my wife Lisa helped me like understand what that means, because it's hard to explain anxiety. You know, and maybe if there's different ways to relieve that, and I was hoping drawing would do that, and it took a while, but not because not it took a while of her drawing like every day, but it's more like getting up and drawing again, you know, like stopping for one whole year, and then drawing, and then just like drawing every day for 2 weeks, and then stopping again for like 3 months, you know, like that's what happens. But in spite of that, because uh, the basic fundamentals, I think knowing how to clearly define the light shape and the dark shape, and still make it read, even though you think this is a tracing, right? And it's good enough already, and that feels like you're like a win for you, and you feel more confident, you know. Then when you feel more confident, you'll want to keep on drawing more. And then she started doing more of these Because see, the exercise is not really to make a good drawing. The exercise is really on problem solving and decision making. So it's almost like you gotta, um, it's almost like letting go of your anxiety in a way, or, oh, this mark might be wrong, and just accepting that if it is wrong, then it's wrong, and I try again.
Yeah, because I'm
You
very
know,
like
so
that type of person, like has to be in control. So just to have that freedom to, or
like being allowed to
yeah, a
make
lot, yeah.
mistakes, I think is relieving, or relief has is a relief, I think. Yes.
Yes, it's hard to. I'm
Yeah.
very perfectionist when it comes to certain things, and doing this art first, it was really,
Closer to the mic.
it
Can
was
you
re-
guys hear her?
it was really hard because it's just I have to. I feel like I have to be perfect somehow to do it, and so it was nice to hear from him that just practice this, and it's
Practice,
okay.
but practicing uh, the good habits, and I was slowly trying to get her out of like bad habits. That comes when you're not, um, like when you're taking shortcuts, I guess. Also, like learning that failure is fine. You don't have to be great off the bat, and not to be ashamed with tracing. I don't think she's ashamed with tracing though, because it's just faster that way. To get better faster is if you trace first, and then while you're tracing again, that's the tracing. Doing the outlines to make it look like something is not what you're practicing. What you're practicing is putting the uh, some of the pieces in the dark and some of the pieces in the light, and even just doing that is difficult, because when she was not simplifying stuff, because this has more stuff around it, it's not just this simple. So she had to decide, okay, this is going to be all the dark parts here, but still being able to explain. She even was asking me, like, this little piece here, which is the shadow, like this shadow side, it's not really dark on there, but it's still darker than than her skin. So let's just think of three values. So now this is the three value scale. Before, the first one I showed is just two values, and you guys should exercise two values first, I think, because it's kind of difficult and just feel it's overwhelmed, I guess. And then it's good to look for good reference. I'm gonna share some reference with you guys on my, I guess, Instagram or Facebook, that I think is good to exercise on, because sometimes if you choose the wrong image, it'll be too much, so yeah, so when you do the black and white, and then you start with I'm sorry, the two values, and then you move on to the three value, it will feel like kind of easier, it's like your mind just relaxes a little bit, and almost like you worked out your mind and now it's stronger. And she was right, her mind was getting worked
Yes.
worked out, and she was frustration set in, and I understand that because I was like that before, always comparing yourself with other people. Why is she better or he better? You don't want to do any of that. You just want to be better than you were last month. You know, uh, Delamel. No, I don't really. Well, I guess you could consider us an art family, but she never drew before.
Yes, I can't
She
even draw
likes
a
art.
circle.
Yeah, and I think we were also looking at some drawing exercises before when I wanted her to do more, because she said because she likes look at fashion. So I thought maybe you want to be a concept artist like me, you know. But that wasn't the case. I think after we were doing these exercises, and she was getting the hang of slowly deciding on uh, what's going to be the dark and light, right? Deciding and still having a clear read on what's happening. I think it started to become easier. So this is three values. That would be like darkest, middle, and then the light value, and then light all the way up here, because there's like the background landscape. Um, circle's the hardest thing to draw.
Yes, especially when you have like this perfectionist set way of like, it's like, no, it's not round enough, or it was hard.
I,
It's
I
like I wanted to give up with the shapes from the beginning, but good thing I have him.
well, this one is another one. Every time I give her something, this goes for everyone that I know that I try to teach that
Oh,
this
this
draw.
SpongeBob can draw a perfect circle.
Nico, it's funny. So, like this one, it seemed hard in the beginning because I don't know if this is your second time doing this.
I think
Or
it's
is it
like
the first time?
I'm not sure, but
But
it's one of those
but notice
first.
when I first told her to do this, oh, I can't do this because I got to do the face and all this stuff. I go, no, no, don't think of the face. All you're focusing on is the big shape, inside the shape, and then you draw the circle inside that white shape. So first you think of this cut out, all white, and then you think of that circle inside, and then you place that there, and then that's the shadow. But you group the shadow with this dark shape, and it might not make sense in the beginning, but when you start designing your shapes, it'll start feeling real. Because even this is a good base already to start, putting more values in there. But now the values that are in the light will never be darker than the ones in the dark, right? So then most of your detail will be in the light side. So it's like the yin and yang symbol where a little bit of the dark is in the light and a little bit of the light spot is in the dark. So I was explaining that to her. In the beginning, she was trying to understand, right? And
Yeah.
eventually, I don't know how it clicked. That's why I wanted her here to ask her that. But I was supposed to ask her some other questions first, and I'm
You
forgetting
just boo. Because of
forgetting
the
it. If do you guys have any questions? Maybe you want to ask her.
I don't know. I think we could just start with that.
No, how did you stay disciplined to keep practicing?
Oh.
Did she want to
Was
learn?
I disciplined?
Did you want to learn to draw?
Yeah, actually, I was the first one to approach him to like I wanted to learn to draw and stuff because, like I said earlier, I don't know if you guys heard, but the whole family draws. My two kids, we have a 13 and 11 now, but at that time, they love drawing, they love painting. I mean, they design. They design like him. They're really good, and every time we do like it's a drawing session, I'm just there sitting around. I'm like, okay, I don't know, I don't know what to draw. I'm just drawing a circle is already frustrating for me. So I told him like, you know what, you should teach me how to draw because the kids can draw. I want to be able to draw too. So he started giving me assignments like, oh, do this, do your shapes, do your lines. What else did you teach me?
I have some questions here
Yeah.
for you.
What is it?
It's is that tracing paper and markers that we're showing?
Yes, it's a tracing.
This is an interesting one. Was your husband's work intimidating by Gardner Smith?
Yes, of course. It's very. I mean, it's so hard because especially when you're drawing something and then even though you don't care if he likes your drawing, but I'm like in my mind, like I don't really care, but I do. I do want him to like it. I think I want him to say yeah, you're getting it.
But but
But
but uh, what did I say? I
what is
said
it?
you should not compare yourself to me.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
that's what it
There's no
is.
comparison, but
No, no, it's not no comparison. It's self. It's almost like a self inflicting paralyze. It paralyzes you.
that's
You
true.
know, and the reason why I know this is because when I was younger and starting my career, I'd constantly compare myself, and because I want to get better. They're inspirations, but there's some people who are a little closer to my age that seem to be more getting the jobs more, and I'm comparing myself to them when I shouldn't. I should just be improving myself. You know, um,
It's sad here. What made you want to try?
spousal harassment. Is
Isn't
this?
I think I do that too.
Yeah, no, yeah. She
I get mad at him a lot. I'm like,
that's Heather Barnwell. That's funny. Yeah, I well, that's the hard part. Is it's because she's really strong. She could punch me.
no, not
It
that
really hurt.
way.
She was very athletic. She is still very athletic. She does marathons. Someone asked what your job was.
I used to work at the OR. I'm a surgical assistant,
At the
so I was like
OR.
the OR. So it's more of a I was more in the science side, and not
She's
I
like,
didn't think I was creative like him at all.
but
So
she's very creative.
so
Um,
yeah,
and she used to play. She's very athletic, so she was what do you call it? A pitcher in high school. She was like she was
yeah, I was
MVP.
Fisher softball
So
team.
she could have gone to scholarship somewhere um in Chicago or something, but she didn't want to move out. Anyway, my point with that is she punches really hard. So I have to be careful with no, but I try not to hold back when I give critiques, because I really wanted her to get better faster, and I feel like if she doesn't make the same mistakes I've made, then maybe she'll enjoy the art more. I mean, she enjoys drawing it, but I really felt like that she could be better than me.
Mhm.
That's really. But now you look at her birds, it's better than my birds. So yeah,
What is
fellow
that
scientist
question?
artist, still Rebecca saying.
Yay.
So I just want to say thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Reen, and Shannon, Cameron. I'm gonna look at some more of the questions that you guys might
Yeah,
have.
I can't see too.
100% comparison is the worst of artists. Yeah, that's really hard. I think that was the biggest. I don't know. You could confirm with me the trying to,
I think I'm always comparing
because she's
myself.
competitive too.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
that
she's very
competitiveness.
competitive.
It's like it seems so easy. I mean, when I was doing my medical field, it's easy for me. It's like no doubt, like I don't have to try. And I think art was like very in a different um,
Mhm.
level of understanding for me. And I think there was times that I do have to let go of that let go of that being perfectionist and just go with the flow and understand.
That's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah, definitely the failure is
And
going to be
I feel like
there.
that was the biggest hurdle is it doesn't look good, and it's not about it looking good. You're still practicing. You're still
Yes,
getting
yes,
better,
definitely.
right?
That
That
was
was
the
one of the
hardest part.
things.
Yeah, because you're just beginning, and then I expected like, oh, I should get it right away. I should because you told me this is how I do it, and I do it that way, and it doesn't come out the
Yeah,
right way,
and
and I'm like, what? I did it the way you told me, and
yeah, but then I go, no, you didn't do it the way I told you, and she's like, no, but it's exactly so. I think all artists go through this, especially when you're younger. I mean, not younger, but beginning art, because in your mind you think you're doing what the teacher's saying. Again, this happened to me. Same thing. Like, uh, I forgot how old I was. I didn't have a career yet, but I was already taking some art classes in a vocational school, and I how is this like you're oh, I don't use reference, that's like I feel so proud not using reference, or oh, that guy traces, or one of the teachers I learned from, he did a projection. He showed us how Drew Struzan would do his paintings, and I thought that was like amazing. He was sharing it, and we went to the dark room with a projector, and he projected an image onto like a cold press board, and he proceeded to do a sketch. But it was like the levels are up, so it was kind of black and white, so all he had to follow was the dark shapes to get the realism. This is kind of how I learned it. His name's Mike Butkus. You know, he's
Oh yeah,
amazing. He
I
has some
like
books
him.
out. Yeah, from Dover or something, I forgot. But this part is not in his books. I learned this from Associates of Art. Um, and we didn't have a projector here, so that's why we used tracing paper. What was I trying to talk about? I
I don't
totally
know. We were
forgot.
just arguing about me not listening to you, or me telling you
No,
that.
no, that I'm the same way. That
Oh yeah,
I when I realized that to stop thinking that I have nothing to learn from anybody, to keep my glass empty so I could really receive all the information and not turn away any information. And I was to that point already where every even though there's shortcuts, there's a reason for the shortcut for now, and then you could build on that. So I remember in that class where when everybody was watching this professional amazing artist do this tracing, and some of them looked like they were like, oh, it's easy, you're just tracing, it's easy, you're just tracing. And it's not as easy
yeah.
as it
It's not
sounds,
easy to
especially.
trace.
Yeah.
It's not easy to trace.
um and I know there's a big debate on tracing, not to trace, but for me, I just wanted her to get better faster, and that's how I got better faster before. Again, that doesn't mean you'll be a great artist. It just means you know which shapes look right for realism. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
and like I said earlier, the
They're
shapes.
asking, what's the fundamentals of approach drawing, Empress, or in
Fundamentals of what?
what's the fundamentals of approach drawing?
To approach drawing, is that?
Yeah.
Hold on, there's another question
And
here
then
that was
that
good.
artistic journey really okay. How much you are drawing a day? How much do I draw a day?
Well,
Um, right now,
recently,
recently I've been drawing
because of COVID.
because of COVID and we're stuck inside. So I mean, we're not really like we're not busy so much with the kids. I mean, my kids do gymnastics, and that's it's a big part of their life. So I always there. I'm always with them. So and I do homeschool my kids. So that's also a big part of my day. I do homeschool my kids. So I
Just schedule your day.
just do scheduling my day, very busy with stuff like that. So whenever I get a chance to draw, I sometimes I was like, okay, I have 30 minutes, 30-minute break. Let me do something. Let me draw a quick sketch and stuff, do some studies. And that's what I would do. And sometimes that's the only time I have in one day. I wish I had more time. I probably do have more time if I don't watch K drama, like you said.
That, oh man, we have big fights sometimes.
So that's one thing too. So
How-
maybe more time of drawing if I don't do
uh,
such things and be more
just streamlining your
focused.
time, right? Because she tells me she wants to get better, but the actions don't show that. And there's a question here by Elena Johnson. When she felt negative about, I guess, your skill, what did she do to work through the frustration, build confidence? How did you help her get those dark thoughts out? Um, it's hard to get the dark thoughts out. You just kind of have to go with it, let it go through, and accept you'll get the dark thoughts. That's
I think
kind of
yeah,
working
yeah, I
with
think
it.
one thing when I remember when I was starting drawing and it doesn't seem to click. It's not I'm not getting what I think I should be getting or understanding what I'm drawing. He would he actually we did the painting actually. That's what you remember that's when we did the landscaping and then I think it's just
This is the first time we landscaped,
yeah,
or
I think it's just going away from the drawing and doing something else that I remember you doing that. I mean, you made me just paint because I didn't have to think about the lines and stuff like that. So so you taught me a different way of learning, like just okay, just focus on your values or focus on
painting again, not
yeah,
like the
painting
first
again.
time you
No, no, no,
painted,
first time.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did,
No, no,
yeah.
no, the first time. No, yeah, that one. Yeah. So that I think that helped me, and then that
Oh,
a lot. I think it's just
also,
going up. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just thinking about the dark thoughts. Alina was asking, and I um what's the word? I thought maybe the drawing her feelings could also be kind of something like therapy,
Oh
um,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it, it was hard to find the right one. Like when we found, I just noticed she did a lot of birds. She would just draw it on her own. It's not like an exercise I'm
Yeah.
trying to give it to her. And then I was watching this video, I think on YouTube. I forgot what it was, when this guy was talking about. I wish I remember his name so I could credit the inspiration. He was drawing a bird, and then he decided to just draw that one bird every day, every day. And I was thinking, wow, maybe that's what she should do. And I think that we found something that she liked to do, and no matter how many times she did it, like she still enjoyed it. And that's how I think she finally got the momentum to keep on drawing. And then I bought this book of birds, and then she just decided to just go through each one and do studies for each bird. And I was really impressed. I was like, wow, like
And then
three
he was
no,
like,
I
"What?
was
You're
impressed
drawing?
with
You're."
1 week in a row every day, 1 week in a row, just. And and I, because I always say something like, I mean, I have some faults too, where it's not time to like tell her, like relax with the with the, how do you say this, like the pressure of me, because I think she's talented, and I feel like you're wasting your talent if you're not gonna like practice every day. It has to be every day. And and I have to slow. I don't even know how to explain that. Like, I just thought she might not want to draw, but if I don't tell her to draw
Yeah,
today,
even though you're saying that to me, like, "Oh, drawing," I think it didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel any pressure,
because
or.
she's not afraid of me. No pressure. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Really, stop watching K drama. It's already 6 hours. It's not 6 hours. It's been 12 hours.
No,
No.
that's when the kids are sleeping, so
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do that. So,
Yes.
so
Um,
yes, it's. I think it's really the what you tell me, like, to just practice and practice. I think that's what I've been doing right
but
now. And when I see it
but I think
practicing,
once she hit this stride, and next thing you know, she's was getting more addicted with drawing. Now I can't stop her from drawing. It's just a habit. And there's something I read somewhere, or watched somewhere, that if you are able to do something for 30 days straight every day, even though it's just 30 minutes, it becomes a habit, and it's something, muscle memory gets formed, and then you start doing it more often. And the only way to form that, it seems like, is doing something you liked. And when we found out
yes,
it's the
something,
birds,
yeah, something I think I was very interested. I think made me want to keep drawing, and something I enjoy. And I think when I was doing, sorry, but when I
yeah,
was doing all the cubes and circles and everything, I know they're very important for
no,
us,
they're
for
not really.
artists, whatever. But I was very, it was really hard for me. I mean, I think I understand it. I mean, it really helped me draw those birds, but at the same time, I think now I don't think so much of it as much, right? It's not like, oh, like, okay, I have to draw the circle first to the head and the body and all this other stuff to draw, like, things like that. I think that's the one that
Mm.
made me feel like too much pressure, but I think just enjoying it just helps me keep drawing. That
Yeah, just trying to
is
enjoy
that.
it. I'm putting her on the spot. Um, oh, I just want to show you guys some of the other newer drawings she's
Is
done.
this
Oh
it?
wait,
Oh,
you want to show the
oh, the
newest
newest?
drawings?
I don't know. Do they want?
Yeah.
It's
She also has an Instagram, by the way, if you want to see some of her even older ones. I was trying to look for the oldest one that really looks bad, right? And she never wanted to post it. I just wanted her to post it so people can see because it's
here.
very
I do have a lot of bad ones.
it's
It's right
very
here. It's
it's very
embarrassing,
inspiring.
but
I mean, it's inspired
it's
me, because I'm looking at it, and after 2 weeks, oh, you're getting it, and no, I'm not getting it. It's always that, no, I'm not getting it. It's hard, so I can't be the one saying it looks good. So I stopped saying it looks good. I just
yeah, I
just
don't
be
believe him.
honest.
Every time he says
And
something, you're doing a good job. You're getting it. I'm like, yeah, sure.
she's getting the idea, but the drawing is not there yet. and
Because
and
I know it doesn't look the
yeah,
same.
and you have to be patient with yourself. The idea has to come first, and then all the other exercise I'm giving her is just like this foundation for her to stand on. And once she gets that, then everything seems to be easier. Again, there's still a long way to go,
Yes,
right? It's
yes.
not like it's
Yes, it's
it's
just the
perfect
beginning, of
already.
course. The beginning.
um, the next exercises we'll start doing is having an image, a thing you're studying from, but drawing it in the opposite angle, right? Just something. So here is this is newer stuff. Is
Uh,
older.
well, this was the one this month. This month.
So I use this kind of sketchbook, so it's like it's not that thick, and you could kind of finish it, and when you finish it, you feel like you've accomplished
Yes,
something.
you did good. You
Yeah,
did your homework.
I do that for myself. It's like, and then so this is the book you started drawing on.
Well, that's
Okay,
like old.
here's some older ones. You know, so some more birds. This is when she was painting. This was like a year ago, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because remember, guys, she started painting with me first, and then she stopped for a year. And that whole year, I was like, when are you gonna draw again? And I wait 2 weeks. When are you gonna draw? Are you gonna draw again? Draw with me, draw with me, draw with me. And then 2 months. I am trying not to do it every day because of course that's annoying, right? We will have big fights, and she's right not to think, but it's hard because when someone is talented, you almost don't want her to lose uh, the
Yes,
momentum.
watercolor. Yes, it was watercolor.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
doing watercolor with him landscaping.
Yeah, landscape painting. So you guys do that when you have a chance, just to relax. It's really for relaxation, and the main reason why I had her do this is because because of the anxieties and some other stuff with family happening. There has to be a way to you know this is like like maybe you want to do fashion since you like looking at a lot of clothes, and but and then she
no.
is this yours?
Yes.
Drawing a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like she's drawing things that, oh, maybe you like this, maybe you like
Yeah, I
this.
tried so many
Yeah.
things.
And
Like
then let's not do what I like. And then she started doing this. Isn't that awesome? This one, this not the
this is
bird. This is the bird that was
no, this is the bird
the
that
turning point. No, this is not the turning point bird,
no.
but it kind of resembles this. And this is when, wow, it's
Well, this is the one with Chad.
so this is okay. How do I explain this? She was rendering here. Let me show this real quick.
This is the book.
I try to be how do you say this, like tell her to be patient with herself, right? And that goes to me also being patient with her, uh, so that because you need time for them to grow with in that step first, and then start the next step. So, for example, like these were one of her first ones before the bird. These ones, and notice the way she renders it. Like she's trying to get that dark shape, and then the mid value, and then this light shape right here. So she's started to understand it more, right? And she remembered when I was telling her to uh, follow the form when you do your lines, and almost like slowly building up that value. But when she
The brush is there. It's there.
there's a pencil.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to show you guys something. This helped me a lot when I was
I don't know which one.
massing in the form, and when I'm asking her to just give me paper. Oh, not this. This is your sketchbook. Just this paper. I'm just gonna.
And I think there it's full.
I don't know. I just need to show the gesture, like the way here. So I thought I should show her how to like render something. So, or mask the form. Sorry. So if you like have a head here, here's the body, right? And if the light's coming from this side will be in shadow, and then the cast shadow will be here, right? Something like that. And then you mass in the form. This whole thing will be in shadow. A lot of artists do this. But when I was learning this, and I could see she knows about massing the shape, and then she darkens it. But one way that I realized I was doing wrong was when I would not lift up my pencil. I mean, you could do it every different way you want. This is just one idea. So before I would do this, you see, like it's like this. But then I learned to use the side of the pencil. You push down, go downwards, and you pull up again. You lift up your pencil and you push it down again, like that. and then you kind of get this nice um, flat, like flat shading, right? And then this would be flatter, and then it would feel more realistic as long as you follow the reference more clearly. Not like my drawing, but you get the idea, right? Oh, wait, what happened? Is Philip was saying you guys don't be creeps. What happened? I think we're going to get baffed by the recent ones. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the big shape. So that's one way render when she learned that, and then the other way was, sorry, like more more like if here's a bird shape, doesn't look like a bird, but and then here's the wing, and the shadows underneath here. You could do also circular, kind of small circular motions, but not too hard, and then build it up from the darkest part up. So more like circular, going into the cracks a little more. Yeah. So that would, be reserved for certain parts, and then the other parts you could use this. Like if it's the shadow, you could mask it in flatter. And then the last rendering that she started using was a so let's say you decide on a shape like this. Let's say it's a chest of someone. Sorry, I wanted to do this in Photoshop, but it's hard to do it this way. Okay, so here, let me get a new page. Sorry.
Why don't you just get a new?
No, this is good. There's extra pages here.
Find it there.
Here, I'm gonna use a marker. I'm gonna use a marker so you could see this.
First, the
Here.
whole.
Okay, so this is the thing. So let's say a circle, right? Right, and then the light's over here, and then you have the core shadow and then the cast shadow, and wherever the light is, you could. This is a bigger. You don't have to do it this thick, but if you could make this side have this kind of feathering or cross hatching, and then use the mass in the form like this so it feels more flat. And that's why we like to use markers, just to practice, so there's no hiding your mistakes and you could clearly see what your mistake is. So yeah, this one helps, like doing this to make it seem like the form string. So those three kind of rendering techniques she started using, and then her rendering started getting more and more better, I feel. So yes, it's a brush pen. It's what is this?
It's
brush?
Tombow. Is that
Yeah, she bought this for me. So those were the three, right? Was there another one?
the values, the what else? Yeah,
And she kept on drawing even other animals. But if you notice the way this is shaded, like she's slowly getting it. So it was during COVID that when she really she hasn't drawn for a year now because she took a break drawing,
yeah. I can't.
and then she started drawing again. And the first month frustration.
Yeah, at the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, I think I forgot how to draw or something. And I'm like, and I didn't want to tell him that, but then I was, it was a little frustrating again, drawing again. But then I just kept drawing and drawing. I guess it is practicing. It's like your mind or your hands remember how to draw
Destiny G.
all over again.
I was gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Destiny G. Kennedy has a question. So, what do you feel was the breakthrough moment of your drawing process? What clicked with you?
I don't even know. I was just like, wow, I could actually copy it exactly or something like that, or I could, but I think he would say that like, no, you. I mean, I would tell him like, oh my gosh, I actually got this drawing, but I don't know how I did it. And then he would tell me like, no, you know what you did. And then he would ask me to explain it to him. And like, well, yeah, how I did the drawing. Like I would look at the shape of the animal, let's say the bird. And sometimes when I'm drawing, like where I start, let's say the beak, and then the flow, is that what I call it? The flow, the envelope,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
there's
the envelope
another thing that
practice.
seemed like really helped her. Like if I was copying a bird, you would I guess you could call this abstraction. Like a I don't know. I'm like looking for reference. So you decide, you mark where you think the top of the head of the bird is, and then the bottom of the page, and then maybe the tail, and then you do this like rhythm envelope thing. I learned it when I was going to Associates of Art for figure quick sketch. So in your mind, you'll have these kind of measurements in there, but that flow would help you like attach um, like the shoulder or the head, like the rhythms, like there's a rhythm here, it's a rhythm here, right? And then when you find the rhythms, and then you start putting the bird together, something like that. I mean, I don't have reference, but I just watch Lisa draw a lot, and then you have something like a bird. So then these little abstractions you kind of learn through, even through tracing. And then when you're not tracing, you kind of, your muscle memory kind of remembers that, and you almost kind of see the image on the paper, like you're imagining your mind's eye there, and then you kind of put that mark there, and then you kind of build it. It's almost like, oh sorry, you guys couldn't see that. And you kind of build it like these are um, clotheslines that you hang your lines on. Yeah, the measurement doesn't have to be exact, right? You just want to see that rhythm. Do we have the bird book?
Uh, which bird book?
Oh, just any bird.
Oh, I have. Oh, I love. Where is it?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have it current.
Here,
I'll just.
like, I have this one. The one that I. This one.
Like this one of the books that she liked looking at, and so if you use that measuring thing, instead of just having like a grid across, you follow this swoop. Like there's a swoop going on here, and yeah, if I follow the swoop this way with this beak, and it hits the back like that, and then you could chisel just that out, so it's almost like getting this rhythms through. um, I'm going to do another video to actually show me drawing it, or actually she has a video that she could show you 20 minutes, or was it 20 minutes?
I think it's about 15 or 20. Yeah, about
15
that.
or 20 minutes. For like, can you
Yeah,
show an
for a
example
regular,
of your,
like
and you draw it small, just because it's practice,
like
right?
like 15.
Oh, here, show
like,
them,
like
and
this
explain
one.
to them.
Oh, how you should do it.
Go
Yeah, just drawing this bird.
closer
Just
to the camera.
is it clear? I don't know if it's clear.
There,
Yeah,
now it's
like
good.
that. Yeah. So that took
Thanks,
me
there's
about,
nothing.
I would say, about 20 minutes. Just I
Eh,
take.
Someone's asking a question. Isis Lima, any tips on how to identify different values on feathers? There are so many tones and shades that it can get confusing. Yes, it's true. Do you try to catch the mainly? Do you try to catch the mainly ones, or any tricks? Do you catch the?
I think when it comes to me drawing
Show your
feather,
bird and
oh yeah,
explain.
when I
Explain
actually
like
draw
the feathers on
the
there.
feathers on here, I really use the three values that was taught.
So this is
So I always I always kind of squint when I draw, and then
yes. Squinting is
squint, and
another important
I
thing.
look at the three values, where the darkest part is, where's the lightest part is, and I just, is that, what do I how do I explain
You
this?
design this like, because you can't capture the shape exactly from your reference, so you kind of have to design it yourself. So stick with this calligraphy. Like, this is pretty much like a triangle, so she's
Yeah,
stuck
I
with
look
that
at that.
triangle, and then another smaller triangle right here, and then this is another shape. So seeing it all in shapes first, but she used the envelope idea first to put the outline where she's gonna put these value shapes inside, and then you step back and you squint your eyes and you see, does that feel right, you know?
Yeah, that's, I think that really helps me a lot with, well, it's hard at the beginning, it's hard to figure out like, oh, there's just so many feathers, which one do I I mean, I have to do it one by one and stuff like that, but then I step back and I remember what he always tells me, like just make it the big shape first, right? Is that right? Start with
Yes,
big
yes, you're
shape,
right. Yeah,
your big shape, and then start with that big shape and eventually work on that um value. Yeah, I
value
was
structure.
value structure. Is that
Yeah,
correct? Yeah. See.
and then she goes into, she has a big goal later on. She wants to do a bigger drawing or
Yeah.
painting or drawing,
Yes, I
right?
can't wait. I can't wait to color. That's I think one thing, but I know that's a different homework assignment to do. But um, but I do hope. Yeah, I hope to get there.
Was there
But
other ones? Because I
um,
later when I put up this video, I could cut up the points that we're talking about. You know, the shading part, and I could show that too.
yeah,
Well,
just doing
and
like,
maybe books you could recommend.
oh, like just doing like quick sketch like this, just
Screw
making.
here.
Yeah.
And this is more recent now.
Yeah, these are just recently. These are all my recent work that being stuck at home to do and be
So
able to draw and stuff. So
um, what
yeah,
what?
I the books
Yeah, books to
I
recommend that you
I
look
I
at.
really like what's his name, John Moore.
So she started
Yeah, I
deciding on
like,
which book she
yeah.
wants to get.
Yeah, I really like this book. When it comes to bird, he really tells about how
The
very
feathers are
scientific. So I love it. Like all the bones and anatomy of it. I think that's I like doing. I like reading the books. Tells me more of how the structures of the animal, and that helps me a lot. And so
yeah.
and he showed this book. This is actually really the best for me. This
That's how she
really,
started. I
yeah,
really
this
love
the
this
book
guy's work.
helps me a lot with the how the values,
Yeah.
perspective, and
Even the
yeah,
shape design
the
for
shapes.
like the
Yes.
highlights, he gets into it, and that's how I explained to her. Look at this. My favorite page here is the when I used to teach, this was the book I always brought my students when I teach creature design, because like
Oh, it's backward.
oh,
It's upside down. No, no, it's good.
yeah, like these pages. I mean, some of you probably seen this book already, and I don't know if that's just pencil or if that's like gouache or what, but it's it's so good. And
Yeah, I only um yeah, just been using pencils the whole time. I haven't really crossed any other like other stuff like markers. I haven't really worked on markers yet. Just doing the basic. You like Aaron? Yes, of course. I like
okay,
Aaron. Aaron Blaze.
Randy Rud
Yes.
Randy
Yes,
Rudicelli.
Aaron Blaze.
She
Yes,
has her, yeah.
I have his is it his the book? Yes, I have the book, and I've watched some of his videos also, which he actually just put out
Line quality. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
what do you call this?
I'm
It's
just
a
reading.
birds of prey or something video, which I haven't seen, but looking
Oh,
forward to see that.
Cheryl Patrice is asking any tips on how to apply basic perspective in animal drawing for beginners. Pers- Nah, you just remind me. Perspective. That was one of the most important things I would say now. Learn perspective while early on, because it's really difficult, even though it
It
sounds
is
really simple.
difficult.
And I
It's not
think,
simple.
yeah,
It's very difficult.
it seems simple, but to apply it to like an environment or where the bird is sitting, it gets difficult. That also because of the different angles and stuff. And when I was kind of explaining it to Lisa, remember you did not know what does that mean.
Yeah, I think it's really
Yeah.
hard when he would talk to me about certain words and I have like no idea what it means, and he would tell me, but it still doesn't click. It has a different meaning to me. So that was the hardest part, I think, when he's somebody that's been drawing for such a long time, and for them certain words are just so basic, and then for me, when you
Yeah.
throw it
That's
to
when I
somebody,
realized I'm a bad teacher. I forgot to talk about perspective first, or part of the first stuff we
no, you
learned.
did, you did.
No, we didn't talk about it because I just was talking about shape when we were landscape painting. Remember, shape, the dark value, the light value, just the dark and light, and then you put the colors
You did
around.
the, is it two first?
Eventually,
Eventually,
we
yeah.
were like, why don't I don't understand what's happening here?
It
Oh, and
said,
then
what
the
are the main basic fundamentals beginners should focus on?
basic fundamentals. Well, yeah, definitely perspective is one. Understanding it, even though you're not good at that yet. That's one of the main ones. And in terms of just drawing, I was never really formally trained. So the first thing in my mind to learn fast is the stuff I just talking about, tracing the dark shapes of a black and white uh, image. So that's learning value structure, because right values are more important than color. Not, I don't really agree exactly, but values are uh, important to learn first and then go into color so that uh, it reads clearly. And we're just saying this. I'm just saying it, but I wish there was a better way to show it because I really wanted to show it in Photoshop to you guys. But we're doing it this way, and hopefully you guys are still enjoying this. I hope.
It said, will you be doing the daily October drawing challenge? Is that the Inktober?
Is that
Is
the
that
Inktober?
is that the Inktober? I did. Is it last year or the other year? I did the
Yes.
Inktober, and
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
I did it my style. It's like all like cartoony and stuff. So it was fun. It was
okay.
really hard to think of.
Thank you, Speedy.
It
He
was.
said we're doing well. I'm glad.
Thank you. It was really hard to think, um, like what is it, like certain ideas
Thank
and
you,
stuff.
Elena.
So it
It's
was.
encouraging. Thank you.
So, but
Yeah.
then
So
you, yeah, but I had fun. I had fun doing that. This year, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll try if I have time to do it. I do have that project that I still
she
have
could do
to.
all her birds in ink, right? That would
Uh,
be awesome
that
to
will
see.
be something.
Um,
Yeah, that will be a next step.
and she's very detail oriented with her stuff. So it's like I could see that she could do really like photo real stuff. This is it's not a year total work. So when I said she got there in 6 months, it's like all that 6 months is really kind of separated. Like 1 month here, 4 months there, and then like the last 2 3 months now, it's more than 6 months now. I guess it's like seven, but it was really just each time she did it, she just put everything in it, and then she's so tired. I think she took a break a whole year or something like that. I don't know
I think that time it
exactly.
was like,
Actually, not as simple as that. There's more
it's,
stuff
yeah,
going on. There's more stuff.
it's more stuff with it. I think it's that when I was drawing, I didn't know where I was going through with it. I felt like I'm just drawing it to learn, and I learned some of it. Maybe this is
Yeah,
it.
but I was
I don't.
hoping you
I
were
didn't.
drawing so to 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 relax the anxiety.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was relaxing. It really helped me. I think this is one thing that really helps me. I don't like talking about it, but
yeah.
makes me
We'll talk about it
cry.
later.
But yeah,
But I realized
yeah.
something. I realized something. I don't know why I have these headphones on the whole time, and I don't. Why do I have? I can't even hear. You guys aren't talking to us.
Yeah,
Oh man.
the especially the drawing really helps. Like it helps me just breathe sometimes. Like no pressure. I feel,
Oh
you know. So
yeah. No, don't give yourself pressure in doing the stuff that you're just having fun with, and the more you have fun. I just want to. Someone asked about line quality multiple times. Yeah, line quality is important. This thing that I was showing, the way you render this is your line quality, right? And also knowing where the light is. If the light's on this side, and then you could be very light on the side that the light's coming from, and then a darker, thicker line on the other side like this. That's kind of like
Oh,
line
Shannon
quality.
said if you need a drawing buddy and that has anxiety, I would be glad to help out.
So like for
Yes, of course.
we could do a. We're all in the Discord, Art AF. So maybe I'll do a page or a room with her, and then maybe that way everyone can interact. Sometime every time she draws, maybe she could do a video, and then you guys could ask her how she does stuff. Um, so did that help with the line quality? So like the thickness down here, and as it comes up, it's thinner up there. So always know where the light source is. That's another thing that I remember telling you. Know where the light source is, and then you'll know
Yes.
where the shadows would be and how to execute your line quality.
Yeah, especially where the dark is and stuff where it turns, and that helps a lot.
I'm just saying hi to Fred. Fred, yeah, grade me at Graphica. Maybe when there's no more COVID, we could visit again. It says anyone can cook.
Yes,
What does that mean?
cooking food.
That's
I
true.
cook.
Anyone can,
I
but
cook really good.
but not everyone can cook good. That's the difference. Um, and she's really good. Hey, Andy, Andy Poon. Yes. Yeah. It's good. We could still work. Yeah. But yeah. That like you were saying, anybody can cook. Anybody can draw. Anybody. Only the people that persevere and push, even though they, because nothing is really stopping you but yourself, right? You give yourself sometimes false narratives that you can't do better than him, or you're giving yourself these stories, and we've experienced that. We went through that kind of stuff, and I just truly believe that once she found the thing that she wants to draw, and we were trying everything, that she would like feel more relaxed, and then because I feel relaxed when I draw or paint, unless I'm painting something really really scary, and then I have to scare myself to get scared. Uh, Anybody can be Star Boy. Yeah. Okay, let's see who else is saying. Kim C. Isn't that the saying from Ratatouille the movie? That's right. Yes, I don't have to watch it again. Maybe, but I think that's the saying that every artist, uh, like mentor, would say. Anybody could learn to draw.
It
It's
said,
the ones that keep on
Elena. It
going with it
said,
become professionals.
what are some good perspective learning materials, exercises for beginners? Perspective idea. Do you have any?
Neva Duncan was saying, my hubby was chef in the army, and he taught me to cook, so my food tasted much better now. Never too old to learn anything. That's true. In my
Yes, it's
yeah,
yeah. I
you
mean,
didn't draw for all your life
yes,
until
it was 2 years ago. Everything
yeah,
started when I really,
yeah.
really wanted to draw, but I never really had the courage. But there was one incident in my life that
Oh, the headphones. Sorry, someone's saying he was drawing me, and I took off the headphones. All right, I'm gonna put it on again.
yeah, that 2 years ago that happened in my life that made me,
There.
do like life is too short. You have to do what you want to do in life, and I think drawing was one of the things I really always wanted to do.
Okay. Well, there's some emotional stuff that happened before, so so it's probably hard to talk about it now. Maybe later with you guys. We could do it again. It's this is the first time we're doing this together, and I was saying, okay, let's not try not to talk about some of the other reasons why it was a year. Uh, Taking classes in the future. What are you thinking of taking formal classes in the future? Are you thinking of taking formal classes in the future?
For my classes in the
Maybe.
future, maybe I would love to get in a regular setting of school,
Yeah.
how other students, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But another thing I was gonna say, we were saying it's never too late, right? Because even if you're 40 or 50, you still have till 80, right? 50, that's 30 years to still get good. And I was listening somewhere that it just takes 7 years to get really good at something. Um, if you put your whole heart into it, and I think it just probably takes 2 years to get good at drawing. If you have the right uh, like encouragement, right? It's really encouragement, and I feel even when I used to teach concept art, it's having the person taking the class not only learn some stuff but also believe that they're learning and getting better every day. You know, why 80 though? 80 just 80 because I'm saying I didn't say you'll die by 80. 50 to 80 is 30 years. That's all I said. I want to be like 120 and still run the marathon. Uh, so but life is short. So even though there's 100 years, you want to still really do what you want to do, what you love to do. What was I gonna say? When I was doing the portfolio review earlier, it was I had some really good questions, really good people I talked to, really good artists. Really trying to
Oh yeah,
get
so
better.
much talent, so
And I'm
much.
I'm so I'm so frustrated that I lost. I didn't hit record when I went streaming, and I lost all of that. So the stuff you see on the stream with no sound, that's all that I had. It's so sad. It's like, um, and even the final question, with Kim asking that question, that we're the same age, and only now she's starting to draw again, and don't feel like it's too late, right? Just draw again, because if you feel like it's too late and you stop, and then you stop for a year, and then you feel like you want to start, oh, it's too late, and you stop again, and then it just the years keep on piling. But if you just start now, in a year from now you'll get better. You'll be better than you were last year, you know. And I'll just share this with you guys a little bit, and if you start tearing up, we'll just end this stream sooner. But what is this is last year, Lisa. No, maybe we shouldn't talk about it. She almost died in the IC, in ER. So we'll leave it at that for now. Uh, and things just crazy stuff
Yeah, so
happening.
life
Yeah.
life is short. Do what you love, and it's never too late.
Yeah.
So just keep.
That's why she's jumping out of her comfort zone right now, and just doing this with me. Um, so anyway, it's time, I think, to take a break, or it's an hour already. Yeah, yeah. Um, La Dani, I so often get discouraged with my own art. You guys gave me so much new energy.
Mm.
I'm glad, Danny. That's what we want to do,
I think this was the purpose of this.
Yes,
Um,
this is, yeah. I think this is why I wanted her to be. Oh. I'm just reading Easy E57 and just started drawing a couple of years ago when my disabled son was in ICU, struggled to. So it's a great way to express. Yeah, yeah. When my wife's dad passed away too, like I think it's 4 5 years ago, and we would just be drawing there. So I have a bunch of drawings of him. Um, yeah, a lot. We've gone through a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah. Art is a great way to handle some difficulties. I feel anyway. It's worked for me. And when I say art, it's not just drawing. It could also be collages. It could also be cutting out shapes and just putting it down. That just reminded me. There's another exercise that really helped me out, that we also did a little bit with the kids, right?
yeah.
So what it is cutouts. Like we would do uh, construction paper cutouts,
Mm-hmm.
but you are copying. You have a picture or model that you're drawing from life. So you're not just drawing from life, but you have like a yellow, let's say, construction paper. You cut that out into the shape of like the shirt of that person, like this shape, and then a gray uh, cutout of the hat, but without this detail in it. Then cut out like a black circle from colored construction paper, and then that also helps you to make decision making, but in a very different way.
Anthony Sims said, "You guys are so sweet. You deserve to watch as much K drama that you want." Yes.
Yes. Well, she's changed her schedule now, but now watching K drama is
I
a
watch while I draw now, so
yeah,
that helps.
that's that's something we would talk about, like she, oh, no, it's my time to watch and I don't want to, but because of all the other hardships happening, sometimes when you get depressed and stuff, you go into you just I mean, I do the same thing. You just get lost, I think. And just snapping now,
Mhm.
there's a different reason for watching K drama, to listen while you're just drawing, and just relaxes you. That's the reason now, not because you're sad, right? You could put your sadness in the drawing, and keep on pushing yourself, to do better with your work, and also gets your mind off of the other stuff. And um, was another thing with the K drama. We have so much stories with that, because she's not really Korean. She doesn't really understand. So even if she's drawing, she doesn't understand it. But just the words, I guess there's a relaxing element to it.
I watch the funny stuff. So
I love watching the funny stuff. Yeah.
I love watching. If you guys are familiar, I love watching Running Man. So that's one thing I like to watch.
Yes, as Stevie Rawlings, but it can be so overwhelming to get back into art after 10 years of not doing it consistently. Yes, it's true. That feeling could come, just like a tidal wave on you. But I think if you find that one thing you want to draw, or if you draw it really small, even if it's just circles, right, in the beginning, just feeling the paper. Some people like that feeling, markers, just paints, acrylics, watercolors, just see which medium feels like you don't have to be so, what's the word,
No.
perfectionist about it, like
Oh yeah, be always.
critical, like not to be critical with yourself. You're just getting back into it.
I think
um,
like when I stopped drawing and I got back to drawing, it was
it
like
seemed easier,
it
right?
did
You
it
were like,
did it
it's
did some
frustrating but easier.
yeah, it was hard, frustrating, but at the same time, like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I just need to keep practicing because I remember what I was supposed to do, so I just have to keep doing it, repetition,
Yeah, that's right.
repetition,
hopefully in our
repetition every single time.
hopefully in our YouTube channel, we could isolate those studies to show you guys. So maybe 5-minute chunks, right? And then you could just follow that exercise, right? So there's a class. Oh yeah, do you teach any class along with Carlo? Oh no, I haven't taught like for so long. It's been like uh
It's made more
15
than
years or
I
so,
think more than 10
before
years.
2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 15 years I haven't do. But I would do little workshops. That's what I would do, not a full class. um but I did want to do this YouTube channel. Maybe I could like teach more of the beginning drawing, and maybe teach design later, or creature design. It's in post drawings in your Discord. Okay, yeah, I could do that in the Discord. Yeah, that sounds a good idea. So at least it's all in one spot. Anything else? Okay, I'm glad you guys think that that's a good idea. Okay, new friends, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking around. And hopefully the stuff we talk about is informative. I think we could talk even longer.
So
you
how do
know
you push through the point where you feel like you aren't improving anymore? Get a mentor?
oh, how do you push the point where that's a hard one because sometimes you don't even know if you're not improving. Because if you're so critical with yourself and you always think you're not improving, so maybe you just need someone else to look at it.
I
Eh,
think you could always improve yourself by doing other things. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I could do this bird pretty well, but then I know I could improve in doing, let's say, my tiger or something, or other mammals that I have to do. So I think it's something that I guess look for something. Is that
sure, sure.
look for something that you could push yourself
The question is, if you feel like, where's this? It says,
if you're not improving.
how do you push through the point where you feel like you aren't improving anymore? Get a mentor. You get a mentor.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that helps a lot with me. I think if I was
yes,
doing it on my own, doing self
yes,
studies,
I
I
see what
think
you're saying.
yeah, and then I have somebody that
Well,
could not criticize, but help guide me. I
just
think you
constructive,
yeah
yeah, guidance. It's
yeah
more
the
like
guy yeah the
guidance.
guidance really helped me a lot because you showed me where the right path for me to
It's just one of the paths. I don't know if it's the right path for everyone, but it's worth a try to to try it.
to do it.
Um,
You're not gonna lose
was I gonna?
anything.
Yeah, yeah. Try everything, but if the person's experienced, you could save a lot of time. I think that's what it is. I would. I remember,
If
yeah, telling
somebody that's
Lisa,
professional.
yeah. Um, I, I how do you say this? She's like my resume in a way. Like hey, let me see if I could get you to draw better. But then I realized that it's also depends on her. She's the one that has to want it to get better. And I was just hoping she'd want to draw, and I was hoping that the drawing will help the anxiety, and I think it did,
It
but
really did.
pushing through that barrier of it's not gonna work. Why am I doing this? You do need help with support and stuff. She helps me a lot with a lot of other stuff that I can't talk about. But not here yet anyway. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what we're here for, right? We're all here. If the Discord can help people push through, I'm gonna try to help as much as I can. If I'm not, of course, I'll be busy too with work. So hopefully, I could
I
just
think
read.
well I think this group or whatever it is that Discord, right?
Yeah,
This Discord.
this
I
year,
mean,
or even the
yeah,
group
I
that's
mean the
here
group
right
helps
now.
each other. I think that's what it is, and
Yeah,
you have that same problem or what same
like goal, I guess,
goals,
same
yeah,
goal.
or experience, same experience with each other. So
Yeah,
that helps a lot. The
yeah,
understanding of what's going through. So it's
yeah.
nice because
Everyone's
like when I do
insecure.
yeah,
Everyone's
it's like
insecure,
when I
and
talk
so
about anxiety, I'm not sure if people are gonna understand
yeah,
me at all because they don't have anxiety. So I don't know if
I had trouble
they have
finding,
they have
yeah, understanding it. I
so
think I learned more stuff.
we get emotional every single time. Yeah, it's a hard thing. I know. I do too. I every day. I'm just glad to have somebody that
Virtual hug.
that
Yeah, it's
understands.
hard. It's hard. But yeah, well, yeah, support accountability group. So, yeah, it's good to have like people that you can trust with that. This is really um, a great stream, guys. Thanks again for being here and and just listening to us. And hopefully, this could inspire you guys, and know that it's never too late to draw and to do art and to design. And it doesn't always have to be a pretty picture. It could just be your ideas first.
I think
Yeah.
it's that they're
Thank you.
talking about the
Um,
yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for being patient when the
Yeah.
technical difficulties earlier was pretty crazy. So thank you so much.
Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad we work all through. See that? We never gave up. We wanted to be on here even though technical difficulties, you know,
I think somebody was asking about
persistence.
the Instagram account. They were,
Instagram. Oh, you could find
oh
your
yeah,
Instagram.
my Instagram is Annalisa_art. So you want to type that in there.
Annalisa underscore art.
Analiza_art. And I think they're asking yours too.
Let's see. You could talk to them first.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna.
said.
I'm just bringing up her Instagram just to share with you. There, that's her Instagram.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that's Lisa's Instagram. And yeah, hopefully we visit the Philippines again. I'd love to teach a class there, at UST or UP or Ateneo, any one of those. But I came from UST, so they're first, I guess. Um,
Is it? Can we have the Discord link also? I think
Discord
here
link.
is
Okay,
your.
let me add you guys to our Discord link, and I'll make a room for Lisa, and maybe like a group room where we could like just do studies and stuff. Okay, here is the Discord link. I will also put the Discord link in the description for anybody that hasn't seen it. Yes, Diego, it does feel more comfortable putting the headphones back on. I feel
It's
like
a comfort like a
yeah,
blanket.
like it's something's missing. I think when I took it off and I started talking, I started getting embarrassed because when I hear my own voice, it's just yeah, yeah, awesome. Awesome, David. Thank you for joining us. And um, I guess we could take one more question.
They said, "What is not?"
Oh wait, I want to see someone was saying they were drawing us. You guys have to share the drawing with us, okay? On my Instagram. Here, let me link my Instagram too. Just tag me on your drawing or any bird drawings or anything you guys want us to see. Right? Just tag us on it, and
So, well, you have
I will
another
share
art
it.
book, Anthony. Thank you.
Uh,
Oh,
yes,
he wants
hopefully.
to. How about value tracing demo with black
Oh
and
yeah,
white
yeah.
photos?
Let me just write. Okay, guys, I know we talked a lot about a lot of stuff earlier, but let me just write down what you might want to see. And someone suggested to do the tracing on the black and white. Okay. Well,
Or
I'm.
do an art book together. Oh, that's not he has an art book.
Oh, us do it. Yeah, we could do an art book. I love like drawing our dogs, and just other animals. But she's better than me with birds, so I'm
No.
not gonna. Oh, images to study from. Yes. Okay. Yes, because it's always good to have the right image, so you practice the right shapes. And a book will definitely do one. Me and Lisa for sure. Oh no, thank you guys. I mean, it feels
Yeah.
good to know that you guys are enjoying the stream. So we both are like that with each other. When I see her uh, being happy, it makes me happy.
Mm.
All right. Yes, we'll do that. All right, guys. This like meeting new friends. It's almost like
Yes, it
a
is.
30 minutes.
Really
It's hard to
nice.
leave. It's like a
Thank
30-minute
you.
goodbye. It's like,
Thank you so
all
much.
right. Thank you so much, guys, again. And again, her Instagram. Go visit it. I'm gonna put some stuff up on Discord. Visit the Discord, and yeah, if you want to see more from us, of course, we'll post as much as we can, and I've got like a list of stuff you guys want to see. So yeah,
You
our
want to answer that last question there?
last
Which
question: character has
character?
been the most difficult for you to design as a concept, or what inspires you in creating concepts? The world around me actually inspired me a lot, and the most difficult character, there's a lot. Almost all the characters seem difficult. Only Baby Groot probably is the easiest because I had perfect references with my kids and stuff. Yeah, Baby Groot is just really close to my heart. I think I was like in the zone doing that, as well as the Dora Milaje and Loki. For some reason, they were clear, but it was still very difficult to get the ideas out.
Maybe opening another portfolios
I, I
review
should I
session
should
outside
I should
like
do another
boxing.
portfolio review. Because I apologize, everyone. But I'll need help. I'll have my other friends help me again, because I really need to get my sound going through, or maybe I'll do a, Twitch, get my Twitch going. Um, all right, this is it. This is it. We definitely have to go feed the kids and stuff. So, all right, guys. Again, thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Okay, now, all right. Take care. Take care. Have fun the rest of the weekend. Okay. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. And that's it.